Think today about why silent people succeed. Let's get started. Life is noisy, chaotic, distracting, and filled with tough mental and physical challenges that overwhelm you in a wave of stress. But successful people separate themselves from the noise and chaos. Successful people understand the power of silence. So, here are 7 ways silence can change your life for the better. Number 1, deliberate silence. A moment of silence is a moment of thought. Let's say a coworker asks you for a favor and wants you to drive all the way across town to deliver some documents they forgot to send. Faced with this question, you might have an uncalculated reaction, and without thinking, you might say, "Sure, no problem." But 10 seconds later, you realize it's a problem. Suddenly, you're pressed for time and overwhelmed with stress, all because you answered without thinking. A few seconds of silence can save you from these stressful scenarios. Instead of answering immediately, what if you took a moment to think about your schedule? You remember how much work you already have and tell your coworker you're too busy, so they ask someone else instead. Thus, a short period of silence keeps your priorities clear and your schedule clean, which is why successful people take pauses whenever needed. They view silence as an opportunity to consider their options because every decision deserves a few moments of thought. Of course, not everyone can analyze their problems in silence. You might feel so embarrassed that you can barely think straight before responding. If you can use these pauses constructively, you must overcome your fear of silence. That's why many of the world's wealthiest and most influential people are also the quietest. Number 2, perseverance through integrity. A short pause does more than just give you time to think. When you pause, even for a minute or an hour, your decision becomes more cautious and resolute. Instead of doubt and second guessing, you know you've done your due diligence, weighed the pros and cons, and reviewed your schedule. Now, with all your boxes checked, you can move forward without hesitation. Whether you answered yes or no, your decision is now clear and firm. When you become more decisive, you will notice a change in how people treat you. They will start respecting your decisions and valuing your choices. Why is that? Because decisive people mean what they say. For instance, they consistently keep their promises. Instead of saying yes to everything, they only say yes to commitments they intend to keep. People will respect you more because they trust you more. When people trust you to follow through, your word carries more weight. This newfound sense of reliability works wonders in any personal or professional relationship. Your friends and partners will truly believe in the promises you make, and your bosses and coworkers will trust your ability to succeed. Something as simple as silence can strengthen your relationships and earn you the respect you deserve. Number 3, concise and direct speech. Talking a lot and saying a lot mean completely different things. Have you ever met someone who rambles on for 15 minutes without really saying anything? Many people feel compelled to talk constantly. Silence makes them very nervous, so they fill every empty space with chatter and small talk. The problem is that when they talk incessantly, they rarely think. They say very little even if their words are flying quickly. Some people talk a lot and say a lot. Have you ever heard the term fast talker? A fast talker is someone who tries to deceive you by burying you under a mountain of ideas and incentives. In the end, you barely understand what's happening. Often, they do this intentionally to push their sales agenda, for example, to confuse customers with a flood of information. Many people mimic fast talkers by accident. They talk and talk because they don't know when enough is enough, and they don't realize how little meaning they're conveying. Successful people, on the other hand, talk little but say a lot. They are always direct and concise. When a successful person needs something, they present their needs simply and clearly. They don't dance around the point or hide their agenda under a flood of extraneous ideas. They say what they need to say and then stop. This is one of the main reasons why successful people seem calm. They are experts at distilling their needs to the bare essentials. If 2 ideas can be explained with one, they always simplify. Number 4, the sweet silence of psychological liberation. Silence is not just a tool for professional success, it's also a powerful source of mental clarity. By getting accustomed to silence, you can give your mind space to think and feel free. Our daily routine is filled with a barrage of traffic jams on the highway and crowded spreadsheets. Your mind is bombarded with an immense amount of information every day, and it's hard to detach yourself even for a moment from the stream of distractions in your life. But when you discover the power of silence, you'll find a rare opportunity to free your mind. You can liberate your thoughts from the shackles of your daily life. Instead of worrying about unanswered emails, you can use these silent periods to savor the present moment. This is one of the ways successful people balance the demands of their lifestyles. With this extraordinary amount of pressure on your shoulders, it's easy to collapse lose control, and fall into a downward spiral. But moments of silence keep the stress away. Whenever you feel the pressures of your lifestyle creeping up on you, just take a short moment for yourself. Tune out the world. Remind yourself of the things that truly matter to you, your goals, passions, and loved ones. Remind yourself where you started and how far you've come. Tell yourself it's okay to make mistakes and that failure is natural. Gradually, in these moments, the stress you feel will melt away. When you return to your work with a clear mind and a positive attitude, you can fill your day with as much silence as you need. Some successful people enjoy moments of silence every 2 hours, while others set aside longer periods for complete relaxation to clear their minds. According to a 2016 study in the Annals of the New York Academy of Sciences, achieving a state of mindful relaxation requires just 3 simple things. Find a comfortable place to sit, free yourself from distractions like your computer and phone, and gently close your eyes. At first, your mind will be restless, filled with remnants of stress and anxiety. Researchers call this mixture of thoughts and emotions the monkey mind because your mind swings from one idea to another. But over time, you'll feel more comfortable in silence and learn how to calm your nerves, release tension, and free your restless mind. Number 5. Enhanced focus. Silence doesn't just help you relax, it fine-tunes many of your most productive traits. Take focus, for example. Your ability to concentrate on a single goal is critical for any project. Few traits are as productive and valuable as razor-sharp focus, and mindful silence has helped countless successful people cultivate their focus. It can help you too. Currently, many people can't sit in silence without feeling anxious or bored. They itch to open their phones, computers, or do something active. As strange as it sounds, doing nothing is a real challenge, but one worth tackling. A 2012 study in the Journal of Neuroscience found that people who practice meditation and sit in silence regularly enjoy many cognitive advantages compared to others who never meditated. The biggest discrepancies revolved around attention. For experienced meditators, the brain regions responsible for attention were more stable. Due to this stability, meditators could curb distracting thoughts faster than most people. In other words, by sitting in silence, you teach yourself self-control, eliminate distractions from your environment and yourself, and you'll learn how to maintain your focus and extend your attention span, allowing you to concentrate longer and harder than ever before. Sitting in silence might not seem like much on the outside, but its impact on your brain is profound. Number 6. Incredible inner wisdom. As you become more comfortable in silence, you might notice a change within yourself. Suddenly, you can hear your inner monologue louder than ever before. Previously, your thoughts were mixed, indecisive, and confusing, struggling to make decisions and think through problems. But as you spend more time inside your mind, your thoughts become richer and louder. You overcome mental obstacles, discover what you want in life, and give your inner monologue a chance to speak for itself. At this point, you might be surprised by how much wisdom you naturally have to offer. Overwhelmed by doubt and fear, you ignore your instincts, dismiss your gut feelings, and invalidate the lessons you've learned. Successful people use moments of silence to nurture this voice within them. They trust their instincts and value their own opinions, but this takes time and practice. Right now, your head is so noisy that you can't hear your voice. But when you feel more comfortable in silence, you'll hear your wisdom loud and clear. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe because more great content is on the way.